Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I always appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what you need to hear. I have set that intention with my guides and with my deck. And if you're here because this is on your feed, then this is definitely for you. If you're here because of the title, because it called out to you, which I don't even know what that is yet, then this is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot. I have the Queen of Cups on the bottom. Interesting. All right, so let's get into this. So be sure and like the video. Comment if you feel called to do so. Definitely subscribe if you like the messages. It does help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. All right. Yeah, so lots of emotions here. We have lots of cups energy. So the situation is the Eight of Cups. This is about walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. And that could be any situation. This is a general reading, so you take it how it resonates for you. But that could be a job, it could be family, friends, could be a love situation, like needing to walk away from a relationship that no longer serves you. The blockage here is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is all about those deep emotions, right? King of Cups is a feminine king. So, and it's not male or female. It's just the feminine and masculine energies. But King of Cups is very deep feeling. So this, I feel like, is as a blockage is emotionally imbalanced, a little unstable. It's causing you instability. Like it's causing you to not be balanced in your emotions. And that's probably the reason you need to walk away from it, because it's not fulfilling you and you just don't have those deep emotions anymore, right? So, recent past, we have the Hierophant, which is about learning. It is accepting those lessons, that higher power, right? So, kind of tuning into that higher knowledge and knowing that this situation is no longer for you. You know, you've probably been, you could have been meditating. It's also just that learning the lessons that we need to learn, right? The Hierophant. It's all about traditions and belief systems. Maybe you feel like you have to stay and you're not walking away because you feel like you have to stay due to some kind of belief system. But this could also just be like this is a lesson that needs to be learned here. We did have that Queen of Cups on the bottom, which is all about emotions, compassion. Um, but the Queen of Cups maybe is you sitting too much in your feminine energy and not taking action. That King of Cups, again, is that masculine energy, which is all about taking the action. But it could also have to be with somebody that you thought was a counterpart or someone that you felt was like a soulmate energy, right? Because we have the King and Queen of Cups. And this could also be about balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Maybe you thought this person was someone that you thought was like, you know, a higher connection here. And it could be a soulmate, but, you know, we're not, in my opinion, not meant to stay with soulmates all of our lives, not every soulmate. So this could just be a lesson that you're learning right now. In the recent past, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is my card for being single. Nine of Pentacles is being emotionally secure, financially secure, handling things on your own here, just kind of standing, you know, in your own power and being able to handle things on your own. It is also like enjoying the fruits of your labor. You know, you see all this fruit here, all these grapes here. It is about enjoying the fruits of your labor and really just kind of being stable on your own. That could have been like, you know, the fear here of walking away. When you're resisting that, when there's not walking away and you're resisting that Eight of Cups, it could be um, due to you not wanting to be single or due to you feeling like you're not able to handle things on your own. So there could have been like this realization that you are able to handle these things on your own. You could have recently become single. So in your subconscious, we have the Hermit. This is about that inner knowing, kind of pulling back, going in solitude. You could be very withdrawn right now from people, places, and things, and just kind of soul searching for some kind of purpose, maybe searching for answers. You know, the Hermit card is that Virgo energy. He has the lantern and he's kind of trying to see in the dark. So, that you could be kind of feeling like you're trying to search for maybe a reason for this connection, or just trying to search for answers in general. In the near future, we have the World card. So there is a cycle completing. There is some sort of completion here, some sense of fulfillment, and some sort of closing out of a cycle. The World is all about, it's the end of the major arcana. It is, you have gone from the Fool to the World card. So you have been through all of these major lessons with this Hierophant, learning these lessons and closing out cycles. So your feelings, we have the Two of Wands. This is about leaving your comfort zone, taking a risk. You could be feeling like you want to take some sort of risk and leave your comfort zone, maybe leave a relationship or whatever this emotional fulfillment is, leaving that behind and kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and making a decision. Twos are all about the decision, again, with the balance. You have the King and Queen of Cups, which to me is masculine, feminine. It's about balanced, right? And then you have the Two of Wands, which is about balancing. But it's also about, that comfort zone and kind of taking a risk. So you may be feeling like you took a risk or you want to take a risk here. The influence is the Page of Cups. So this is, kind of that new love energy, but it's also about being open to new ideas, being open to intuition. So this could be you getting messages from the divine and trusting your intuition in this situation, or being open to whatever this newness is. If you're recently single, being open to new opportunities, whether that's other people or just, new spiritual downloads, a new job, a new life for yourself, right? Being open to going out more with friends, or being open to doing something differently and opening up to new things. Your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment for you. You could have been in a situation where you needed to end things, and now you're kind of over here wanting something for yourself. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment for self, right? This is something that you wanted for you. The Ten of Cups is all about happy job, happy life, happy family. It's all about group, right? So the Nine of Cups always makes me think of a wish fulfillment that we have for ourselves. And that can include others, but it's something that you have really wanted for you. And that could have been walking away from some sort of relationship, right? This could be with another person. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But, this is that masculine and feminine energy, right? You are a water sign. This could just be you needing to balance your emotions and stay balanced with that masculine, feminine energy. The overall outcome, we have the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is nostalgia, memories, but it's also like, again, with that comfort zone and really feeling safe and comfortable. And it's also about healing. So there could be memories of the past, like some nostalgia here, but ultimately I feel like this is about you wanting to feel safe and wanting to kind of heal. If you've just gotten single on your own, or feel like you're going at it alone, right? It doesn't even have to be leaving a relationship. This could just be whatever you left behind as you kind of going at things alone and singular. You could be going at it just on your own, kind of handling things, right? But with that overall, that Six of Cups is a really good energy. It's a really healthy energy. You could also be thinking about the past, remembering things that have happened. You could be visiting your childhood home. Let's see. What do I not see coming here, Spirit? So we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is, again, like that withdrawn, like kind of held back energy. That holding back, right? So maybe a need to open up to some type of joy, stability. So you have the Four of Wands. So you've got 4-4 here. But Four of Cups is about like holding back, right? Feeling stagnant. This could be like withholding emotions or not opening up. Again, opening up to these new experiences. You had that Two of Wands, which is stepping out of a comfort zone. And then you had that Page of Cups, which is about those new opportunities, right? So you've got this Four of Cups about opening up to maybe new ways of stability, maybe a home, or opening up to a new union here. And then we have the Sun, which is ultimately going to lead to your happiness, right? So I feel like this is just you needing to maybe not hold back so much, maybe kind of open up again to these opportunities. And that's what's going to bring you this stability and happiness, right? This could be a union for you, but whatever you feel is stability for you, right? We all and kind of interpret that differently. What's stable for me may not be stable for you. But this is just, again, needing to open up. And that's ultimately going to be what brings in this joy and happiness, celebration type of energy. So what advice do you have for Cancers? We have Two of Cups. Again, with that balance. You have Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. So you have two knights now. We had 4, and now we have two knights. So this again is about balance, that Two of Cups. And this could be about relationships, like needing to balance within relationships. And then we have Knight of Wands, which is about passion, creativity, taking action. And then the Knight of Pentacles, right? So Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but it does build that stability. So again, with this, so this is like a fast moving fire energy and then slow moving earth energy. Duality, right? We got fast and slow, and then you've got the Two of Cups, which is about balance. And then you had like the King of Cups was emotionally imbalanced. Two of Wands was about balance. So very much needing some kind of head and heart balance here, right? Yes, you need to be passionate and kind of reignite that spark, but things may not go as fast as you want them to, right? They're going to build slowly, but that's ultimately what builds that stability, right? Is kind of, the tortoise wins the race type of energy. But just needing to remain balanced in that and trying to find what helps you balance. And I feel like that could be opening up more to joy and happiness, and then also remaining grounded. That masculine and feminine energy, taking action when you need to, but also learning to sit in that feminine and let things come to you. Let the chips fall where they may. I don't know why I'm coming up with all these little sayings today, but ultimately I feel like this is just you kind of needing some balance, and that's what's going to heal and open you up to happiness, joy, celebrations. Especially if you've been through something and you're walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling, that can kind of take a toll on your happiness, right? So maybe don't hold back from the new opportunities. Open up to those new opportunities and let that joy through. Just because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean it won't work out in the future. So I'm going to pull from I brought up my Akashic Oracle deck. We're going to get you an Oracle card here and kind of wrap things up. But ultimately, I feel like this is just you walking away from something that is not emotionally fulfilling. It is not balanced. And that's what's going to bring you balance, is once you walk away from that, close out this cycle, then I feel like things are really going to balance out for you. Anything else for Cancer spirits? Okay. Holy crap. Bring balance, walk away. What was I just saying? I love that. Bring balance. You're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results, right? So when you focus on the negative and you're not focused on the positive, that can cause imbalance. When you're too focused on the emotional aspect instead of the logical, that can cause imbalance, And you want to feel those feelings, right? Anytime you're walking away from something, it's obviously going to cause some sort of loss, but you don't want to sit in that energy. You want to balance that out. Walk away. You're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. That can be, again, this Hermit card, opening up to that higher knowledge, really like accepting the lesson and walking away from that is going to complete some sort of cycle here. This could be a karmic lesson that you are completing in order to step more into your purpose. And that again is what opens you up. When you walk away from one thing, it's going to open you up to more stability, more happiness, whatever again that is for you. So definitely walking away from something here. Again, it could be different for each of you. It is a general reading. You could be walking away from job situations. You could be walking away from family or an actual person. It's going to be different for each of you, but I feel like it's a very important lesson to learn, and it's going to open you up to more joy and healing. So I hope that that message helped, and I will see you next time.